Modbus RTU and Modbus TCP confuse every controls technician on first encounter. Same protocol, different physical layers, completely different decisions. This video covers the shared protocol layer, the RTU serial layer, the TCP Ethernet layer, when to pick each one, and the gateway trick that lets old RTU devices live on a modern TCP network. No fluff, honest trade-offs. The shared layer is what makes them the same protocol. The original Modicon specification from 1979. Function code 01 is read coils. 02 is read discrete inputs. 03 is read holding registers. 04 is read input registers. 05 is write single coil. 06 is write single register. 15 is write multiple coils. 16 is write multiple registers, plus the slave addressing scheme. Whether the message goes over RS485 serial or over Ethernet, function code 03 still means read holding registers in both cases. The decision is not what the message says. The decision is how the message gets there. Modbus RTU runs over RS485 serial. 2 wires, daisy-chained from device to device, with terminating resistors at each end of the chain. Up to 32 slaves per master without a repeater. Distance up to 1,200 meters at 9,600 baud. Shorter at higher speeds. 1 master per network. Only the master initiates messages, slaves only respond. The protocol is byte efficient, hard real-time, and electrically isolated from anything else on site. RS485 differential signaling shrugs off the electrical noise that would corrupt single-ended serial lines in an industrial environment. Modbus TCP runs over standard Ethernet. The MBAP header replaces the RTU CRC and gives each message a transaction ID for multiplexing. Multiple masters can talk to the same slave because the TCP socket layer handles the message queue. IP routing means slaves can live anywhere reachable on the network. A slave can be in the next room, the next building, the next country. Latency is higher than RTU and less deterministic, but throughput is dramatically higher. The protocol payload is identical. Same function codes, same register map, wrapped in a TCP/IP packet with an MBAP header. RTU wins in specific situations. The first is long-distance runs in environments where Ethernet would need media converters anyway. A long serial line is cheaper and simpler than a long fiber run plus media converters. The second is legacy slaves that only speak serial. Old variable frequency drives, smart temperature transmitters, gas detectors, weight indicators. Many industrial devices ship with RS485 and no Ethernet at all. The third is environments where determinism matters more than throughput. RTU's polling cycle is predictable to the millisecond. TCP's is not. The fourth is sites with strong electrical noise where RS485's differential signaling shrugs off interference that would corrupt Ethernet packets. TCP wins everywhere else. New installs where the plant already has Ethernet infrastructure benefit from running Modbus over the same wires as everything else. Multi-master integration is impossible on RTU and trivial on TCP. SCADA, Historian, and MES systems can all talk to the same slave simultaneously. Remote monitoring across IP networks is straightforward with TCP and impossible with RTU. Anywhere the slaves need to be reachable from non-PLC equipment, TCP is the answer. For new builds in 2026, TCP is the default and RTU is the exception. The mixed pattern is the gateway. An RTU-to-TCP gateway is a small box that speaks RS485 on one side and Ethernet on the other. It presents serial slaves to the TCP network as if they were native TCP devices. The gateway handles the polling cycle on the serial side and exposes the registers via TCP function codes on the Ethernet side. This is the answer for legacy retrofits. Older VFDs and instruments stay on their RS485 chain. The new SCADA system talks to them through the gateway as if they were modern. No equipment replacement needed. The gateway costs a few $100s and saves a much larger rewiring bill. Practice Modbus integration with the free simulator at plcsimulationsoftware.com. The free tier includes Modbus master and slave examples. Experiment with the function codes and register maps without buying hardware. Once the protocol layer makes sense, the physical layer choice becomes obvious based on the site. Next video covers PLC interview questions for entry-level controls roles. The 10 questions that come up in every interview. Subscribe. New video every Tuesday. See you in the next one.